Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm DJ Philly and welcome to Master Crafters. Today we are going to be building a sorting system here for the gold farm. So as you can see here, we have the basic gold farm design that Sheepmaster has made, and I added a Trident system. Now, if you do not have any type of killing system like the Trident system here, then you can go down in the description below for the timestamp that I will place down there, and I will teach you how to build it. But if you have some sort of killing system already built, say like a Trident system or something, then you will be good to go, and we will get to the material list. Also, the sorting system here that we will be building can be used for the advanced gold farm as well as the simple, because their sort of sorting or the flow of water is basically the same, where it goes into a funnel and then into the sorting system, so you can use it for both of them. By the way, I just did the timestamp way because most of you probably already do have a killing system installed, and also you will want to turn off the machine here. So I just took out one of these sitting blocks just in case, so that you don't have any messes with zombie pigmen trying to kill you. So then we will get over to the materials list here, and what you need for the sorting system is a minimum of 8 chests, 12 hoppers, a block of your choice, 3 redstone comparators, 3 repeaters, 6 redstone dust, 18 rotten flesh, 18 gold ingots, 18 gold nuggets, and 12 blocks of any type of block that you have that will not be used in the sorting system. So I will be using coarse dirt. Uh, what I mean by a block that will not be caught in the system here is that if you look over to the mini sorting system that I have, you will need to have 18 blocks of any type of block that will be sorted in the machine, and then you will need 4 blocks of any type of block that will not be used in the machine. So if you do want to have a precaution just in case, you can rename all of the blocks that you are not using in the system. That way you know that none of the blocks will be caught in there because it will be named as something else. So if you already have hoppers installed in this system, that is great, and you will need some sort of hopper system that will be collecting the items from the farm. Now, what you will need to do is place 4 blocks from the 3 blocks from the hopper. So 1, 2, 3, and then place a block in front like this. Then place your 4 hoppers, like a line of hoppers here, with the sort of like line here going to the left. You can have it going to the right, but I will be building it to the left. Then you could probably just destroy these blocks here just for design purposes. And then what you will need to do is place smooth stone underneath the item hopper, and make sure to shift, because I did not, and I went inside the item hopper here. And then you can place hoppers facing the block here. Now this is very important because the hoppers will need to be facing in the direction of your farm. So then you can break these blocks here. And then I just placed a little platform here. And for the platform, you will want to have it 1, 2, 3, and then 4 blocks underneath the hopper that you have. Next, you will want to come to the back of the farm here. And since the hoppers are facing our direction, we will need the next line of hoppers facing this direction, so the other direction. So we will need to build a temporary block right here, or temporary blocks, and then have the hoppers facing inside that block there. And this is actually where the chests are going to be going here. So because this is a platform, I will need to raise this up 1 so that the hoppers can go in the chests. So then you could place the chests in like this, and then place your 8 chests here. That way the hoppers will be facing inside the chest, and remember, these hoppers need to be facing away from the chests. Now I actually made a mistake here, and because this hopper is going away from the chest, this is actually where all the gold swords are going to be going. So you will need the hopper to be going inside of this hopper like this, so the hopper goes down into it. That way all the gold swords will go into this chest. And also I will be teaching you how to build a simple smeltery for the gold farms. That way you can get more gold out of the farm. Okay, you will then need to go to the back of the gold farm again, and then go underneath or right next to the block here of the hopper, and then place a block, and a block, so that there's 3 blocks here with a 1 block hole, and then you will not need a block for the last hopper. Then you will want to go inside of this little area right here by the chest, and then place redstone torches right underneath the hoppers here. So that is what the blocks here are for. Then go back to these blocks here and then place your 3 repeaters going inside these 3 blocks here. You will then want to get your block of choice, place 3 more blocks behind them here, and then raise these 3 blocks by 1, and then put 3 blocks above the repeaters. Then you can get out your redstone and place it on top of these 6 blocks here. Once you have the redstone up here, you will then need to get out your 3 comparators, and for this you may need to break the block here above your head just temporarily, because you will need to be facing inwards like this, and then get out the comparator and have the 2 prongs here, and I will try to get it through here, and then have the 2 prongs facing the hopper, and that is very important for the machine to work. Then you can go back and replace these 2 hoppers here and the block that you broke. Also make sure to replace the rails here and the minecarts if they fall. Now that this is all done, this machine is actually mostly finished, but you will need to get out the 3 items that we'll be using in the gold farm, so the rotten flesh, the gold ingots, and the gold nuggets. And we will be using the gold nuggets first here. It doesn't matter which of the 3 you use first, but you will need to go in and place 18 of that item in, and then take your block that won't be used and place 1 of them in each of the other slots here. Now this is because we are using the 22 item sorting system that you may have seen on other YouTubers' channels. It's a very common sorting system that is used in Minecraft, and basically how it works is that all of the items add up to 22 items, and then if you have another block of the item that's going to be in the system, it will go subtract down to 18. Now if we go into the chest here, as you can see, the item did not come through because it's stuck here in the item hopper. That is perfectly fine, that it's supposed to do that. So once you turn on the farm, you will get a bunch of more gold nuggets or whatever item you put in, and it will get through this item hopper here and into your chest. Once you got the items in the first item hopper, you will want to do the same for the other 2 item hoppers. So we will put in 18 rotten flesh. You can choose the next item that will be used, and we will want the block that won't be used in the system. And then go to the last one here. We will be using gold ingots, and place in 18. Place your blocks that the system will not have, and basically this machine is actually now done. So the sorting machine will work. If the pigmen go in and die, their drops will be sorted into the system. Now, as you can see, the items are in the hopper that is facing away from the chest. That is very important, otherwise the machine will probably not work. Now, if you're having trouble with items going into other chests that they're not supposed to, so say this is the golden sword chest and gold nuggets are actually coming in through here, a little troubleshooting problem that you may run into is if you have 2 hopper lanes, so say these hoppers are going into through here, not all of the items may actually get sorted, so you will need one hopper lane going in through the first hopper that we had here. That way all of the items can get sorted. Now if you want the farm to smelt your golden swords, that way you can get gold nuggets, you will want to take these 3 hoppers out just temporarily, place 2 smooth stone or any block of your choice on top of the chest like this, and then place a hopper facing the chest, and then break this smooth stone, place a blast furnace or a furnace, either one will work, but blast furnaces are usually faster. Then you can put in your fuel. Now because this is using fuel, and if it runs out while you're AFKing, you don't want it to clog up here. So take the 2 hoppers that you just broke and place the hopper going downwards in like this, and the other one going into the chest like this. That way, if any of the golden swords or any of the fuel actually gets lost and you have no fuel, that way the system will not break and all of the golden swords here will go into the chest. Now if you do have your blast furnace here, make sure to have another hopper underneath, that way all the items can go into this chest here, so that way all of the machine works. Now if you do want more chest expansions here, what you can do here is place one more row of hoppers from these lines of hoppers here. So place a line of hoppers going to chests, and then whenever you need more chests, just place another hopper going into it. Make sure the hoppers are below each other, that way all the items can flow inwards and you can have more storage. Also make sure to place a hopper above your blast furnace here, that way all of the items can go in through like this. So now your sorting system is all complete and ready to go, so you can have the farm running AFK. I would recommend, if you are AFKing overnight, to have lots of more chests, that way the system won't eventually get clogged up with items. Now, if you do not have a trident killing system, I will be teaching you this, so we will go to the material list. Okay, so for the material list, you will need 2 minecart with hoppers, 4 hoppers, any block of your choice, so I'm using smooth stone and white stained glass, 4 regular pistons, 6 rails, 4 observers, 2 water buckets, 2 signs, and a couple of tridents. Okay, so this is a replica of Sheepmaster's design. I did take off the bottom tube here because we will need to replace it with something else. So, first, what you want to do here is place some sort of block here and here. Then, you can go and place signs in the tubing area, so on these 2 blocks where all of the mobs are going to come in, and then break a glass pane from here and place a block right there so that the water can flow here, and the signs will stop it, so you will need to do this on the other side here. And then what you want to do here is make a tube. It doesn't matter how long you go, but the longer you go, the more damage the pigmen will take because of fall damage. So you can increase the height of the tube here if you want to have the pigmen take more damage. That way it's easier for the pigmen to be killed by the trident system, but I will just make it a few blocks low here. Once you have the tube size that you want, I have chosen 4 blocks down here. Then you can take it and go down 2 blocks longer, and you will need this to have in a tube of a 2x2 hole. So that is why we are actually expanding the hole here. That way the trident system can actually kill the pigmen here. So what I did here is expanded it 1 block over from the front. That way the trident system can work. Then you can place blocks of your choice and cover the hole temporarily. So I will do that. And then you can go up here and temporarily break these 4 blocks, And this is where we're actually going to be put the Trident Killer system. So what you need is 4 Tridents, and then place them in the sort of edges like this, and make sure that the piston will not interact with the other pistons here. So if to say I place it on the right side here, all the other pistons will be on the right side, otherwise the system will not work. Then you can take out your observers here and place them with the arrows facing the block here. Now, I did make a mistake here, and you will need the 4 corners of the system to be full blocks, so they cannot be glass blocks, otherwise the game considers them as not a full block. And you will need to break these 4 blocks here so that the observers can go in there, and make sure the arrow is facing into the block like so. Now that you've placed the last observer here, as you can see, the system's firing. So to stop it momentarily, you can put a lever on one of the pistons and activate it, or you can break one of the observers. Either which way works. Then you will need to come down under here, and you will need to bring this down 2 blocks lower. That way we can put the collection system in for all of the drops to come in through the sorting system. So I will just be using a little design here with some stained glass and smooth stone. It's whatever that you want, but you will need it 2 blocks lower. Then what you can do here is you will need to go inside this little area here and momentarily break the 4 blocks above your head. Then place blocks under here. Actually, you will need to put the hoppers down in here, and make sure they all go into one funneling system, so that way the sorting system will work. So you can place the hoppers. I have them all going into this hopper right here, which will go eventually into a sorting system. Once you have the hoppers installed here, you will need to make 2 rows of rails. Now in order to do this, you will need to break 1 block here and 1 block here. That way you can have a lane of 4 rails. Make sure to shift, that way you can put it on the hoppers here. And then make another lane of rails going this way. Then you can break the temporary rails here and here and replace the blocks. Now that you have the 2 lanes here, you can go to one of the corners and place your 2 minecart with hoppers on each of the other corners here. Then go with your rails, break the rail that is underneath you and replace it. That way it goes into a circle formation, and you will need to do this with the other edge. As you can see, the minecarts like to go crazy, so you will need to time it just right to break it and replace, and that way it has a full circle. Now, if you could see here, the minecarts are going a little crazy, so you will need to break one of the blocks here just so that you can get out. And then, if the minecarts are doing some sort of this craziness, try to push them just a little bit in a circle formation. That way the minecarts will go in an infinite circle, and this will keep them from stop moving. Then you can go up here, replace your blocks that is supposed to be where the pigmen fall, and then you can also replace these 2 blocks here. Now you can go and break one of the glass box here, take out your tridents and throw them in. So I will throw a couple in here, then replace the blocks here. There's a lot of replacing blocks, so I would suggest Silk Touch if you are using glass. And there you go. You have a fully automatic Trident system that can be turned on and off just to decrease lag. And you also have hoppers, which can go into a sorting system. So if we were to turn on this farm, it would work. So guys, I do hope you like this gold farm expansion video. I will hopefully be doing another video on a regular sorting system, so make sure to check out the channel for that. Also, if you want to check out our social media, it'll be down in the description for you guys. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial and have an awesome rest of your day.